StockPulse Newsroom, talking Trifecta Gold today. Trifecta Gold trades as TG on the Toronto Venture Exchange as they returned 4.2 grams per ton gold over 10.67 meters at the Yuge Gold Project in Nevada. Here to run through the details of that release, I've got CEO Richard Drechsler. So, Richard, thanks for taking the time. Here's some nice returns here. Tell us about Yuge.
I think we're onto something pretty good there down at that Yuge project. It's located in northern Nevada. It's the site of two historic high-grade mines that were looked at back in the late 1800s. And basically, what the old timers were doing was they were mining veins that were grading close to an ounce per ton, and they mined them down about 30 meters or so in a couple zones, so just scratch the surface. They didn't have any modern exploration techniques when they were doing that. The reported run-of-mine grades were about 34 grams per ton. So, very high grade by today's standards when we're looking at, sub-gram type numbers now for mines in Nevada. And so what happened was back in the early 80s, Homestake Mining came in and drilled a couple holes underneath one of those zones, and they hit it below the workings, and it showed that, they've got this high-grade mesothermal style mineralization that graded, 10 grams to 17 grams in some of their assays that they reported, and that was it. And then, the 80s, there was a big downturn in our industry, and the project got forgotten. And we actually found the old target report in an old library that we were digging through in the Archer Cathode databases, and went out, staked the project. So we hold it now 100%. We went out last year, which I think last time we touched base when we had a big hole at the Columbia where we had 2.2 grams over 38 meters. There were some higher grade intersects within that, but again, we see multiple zones underneath where the miners were focused on one structure. So that's one of the beauties of having a drill to do exploration instead of just following your structure along with underground mining like the old timers. So we can see that we're in a much larger system. We've got multiple parallel high grade veins, and that's what we found with our news this morning. Again, two high-grade hits. One of them was 4.2 grams over 10 meters. Another was close to 12 grams over 3 meters that was further down in the same hole. These are, a big step out from our hole 2 of last year that, also had two higher-grade intersects within it. And so, we've got more assays pending from this Columbia zone. Drilled a few holes at the Juanita, which is another kilometer to the north, where similarly we had a 6-meter intersection of over 3 grams that was within a broader halo of about 1 gram over 30 meters. We've done a bit of surface exploration in around those zones, found lots of surface assays. We've got some nice maps on our website there that show we've got a number of surface assays over an ounce per ton at surface. And so we're working on tracing those veins along strike. We did a big geochem survey out there this spring, still waiting on results from that. That'll help us target sort of the strike extent of some of these systems that we have going. And there's evidence that we also have that we could have more of a sheeted type intrusion related system out here. Some of the trenching we did to follow up our drill program last year hit really broad intervals. We had a 17-meter interval of over 2 grams at our trench I, which was in a real altered granodiorite unit. We see that unit pop up on some of our sections in the Columbia that hosts some good grade mineralization as well. So when you start to see those kind of features intermixed with the high grade sulfide veins, you can start to hand wave some good ounces, if we can put some strike together on some of these structures. And, I think that's kind of where we're at on the Yuge. It's early stage, first pass type work, but, we're starting to put strike and dip together so you can start to, hand wave some ounces on it. I think we've shown that this thing extends down well over 100 meters now, over 100 meters of strike. We've got surface assays on surface further along strike in both of our zones, and we're looking forward to getting back out there, permitting some additional drill sites so that we can work on that, on building a story on the strike on this, and
Yeah. So what's up next here then, Richard?
So we've got some additional assays pending from both our Columbia and Juanita zones. So I anticipate some more hits from that. We were running the XRF over the chips as they came out because we get a pretty good arsenic response with our gold zones. So in order to sort of chase it along strike and determine the angles we were going to be drilling holes at, we're targeting about 40 to 50 meter separation on each of our hits so that we can start to hand wave some numbers after this. So yeah, I think we'll have some more numbers to come. We've got a permit to get lined up here for our follow-up program. So hopefully the timeline on that's not too far out. I mean, Nevada's pretty good for turnaround on that. And so then, yeah, we'd be looking to get back out with some more surface trenching, had to hammer down some more drill sites, get the drill sites permitted, and then, yeah, back to drilling. I guess one of the other things that we've never touched on in our meetings in the past is some of the other assets within the company. We do have a huge project in the Yukon that straddles two of the most productive placer drainages in the Klondike. That one's got a 10-year drill permit. It's had some historic drilling on it that's been successful. Like we've got a 10-gram intersect over 1.5 meters that's right on the edge of a geochem anomaly, never been followed up. It's right on a major structure. We've got geochem anomalies that are the size and intensity that are comparable to nearby deposits that are held by, Agnico, Kinross, and Newmont that are all active in the area working. So, I think that one's got a lot of potential as well. But so that one, like I said, it's permitted for a large scale drill program. I think that would be the next step. We got to be cognizant. Right now with the market cap, it's not in the cards for doing a huge drill program up there for Eureka. But I think that's definitely what that project warrants when you look at some of the comparables and some of the nearby projects. So for the time being, we've advanced some of the projects on a more cost-effective basis. We did a bunch of trenching up there last summer, investigated some of the areas where we had geochem with mapped LiDAR features and some structural features that cut through the project area. And that's really a key to the nearby deposits is, you find areas where there's structure, some geochem at surface, you dig under that and the grades increase with depth because we're in an area that, wasn't glaciated. So, you get that surface leaching, but as soon as you start to get under it, you start to get these broader zones of really good grade. And that's evident at the nearby deposits as well. And we've got a couple drill holes into it that show once you get under it, you get some good grades. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of our number two at the moment. Obviously, our focus is on the Yuge. That one we can work year round. Our Josie target there looks like we've got a big sheeted vein system. We've got a number of parallel veins where we've, again, 5 to 50 gram per ton assays coming out of those veins. So we're, advancing those targets right alongside the Columbia and Juanita, which are down right along a road where we have power lines right to site that parallel that road to go from Columbia to Juanita. So, if we're able to build some ounces there, then, I think it's got the infrastructure. It's in Nevada. I think it's something that we should be able to monetize quite quickly.
Yeah, let's do a quick health check here, Richard. How much capital's in the treasury to carry out the mission?
Yeah, we've got about 1.4 million in the till still. So, we'll be getting right back out on the ground to keep following up the work that we've done in Nevada here is sort of our next steps is continuing to advance that project.
Okay, we'll certainly keep our eye on your progress and appreciate that updating. And that's Richard Drechsler. He's the CEO, Trifecta Gold, TG, Toronto Venture Exchange, drilling the Yuge Gold Project in Nevada. So, Richard, thanks for the time, and we'll check back in when you have some more news for us.